Imagine waking up one morning to discover that a small change in immigration paperwork could delay your green card, or worse, get your entire application denied. Sounds terrifying, right? Well, for thousands of green card holders and applicants, that's exactly what's at stake in June 2025. USCIS has introduced several urgent changes that could directly affect your status, your timeline, and your future in the United States. Whether you're applying for a green card through marriage, employment, or family, or you're already a permanent resident waiting for your next step, you need to hear this. In this video, we'll break down the latest USCIS updates, explain what they mean for you, and give you the critical steps to take immediately to stay on the right side of immigration law. Let's start with one of the most important changes you need to know right now. USCIS has released a revised version of Form I-485, the official form used to adjust your status and apply for a green card. As of February 10, 2025, only the updated form dated October 24, 2024, is accepted. If you submit an older version, your entire application will be rejected. No second chances. And that's not the only change. USCIS also now requires all adjustment of status. Applicants to submit Form Y-693, the report of medical examination and vaccination record, at the exact same time as Form 1485. In the past, you could wait and bring your medical exam to your interview. Not anymore. This is now a hard requirement. Forgetting to include this form or using an outdated version could result in a rejection or denial. Many applicants have been caught off guard by this rule, especially those working with outdated lawyers or using internet templates. Make sure your civil surgeon, the doctor conducting your immigration medical exam, is using the latest USCIS guidelines, and that the form is sealed correctly before submission. It may sound like a small detail, but in immigration law, small mistakes can cost you big. Now, let's look at the Visa Bulletin for June 2025. For those unfamiliar, this bulletin is how the U.S. government tells green card applicants when they can move forward based on their category and country of origin. In June, there were some modest but important shifts. In the employment-based categories, EB2 saw a solid advancement of nearly 4 months for countries like Mexico, the Philippines, and other countries not subject to separate chargeability rules. EB3 and EB3 other workers also moved forward slightly, which is good news for applicants waiting in those queues. EB1 and EB5, however, showed no movement this month. Family-based categories were mixed. The F4 category, which includes siblings of U.S. citizens, moved forward by 2 months for applicants from India. But other categories like F2A and F2B, including spouses and children of green card holders, stayed mostly stagnant. In June 2025, USCIS confirmed that family-based applicants should refer to the dates for filing chart, while employment-based applicants must use the final action dates. This distinction is crucial because it determines whether you can submit your green card application or must continue waiting until your priority date becomes current. Now, let's talk about something controversial. The Trump administration's proposed replacement of the EB5 investor visa. In February 2025, President Donald Trump introduced a bold new initiative called the Trump Gold Card. Under this proposal, wealthy individuals could secure green card privileges and even a pathway to U.S. citizenship by investing $5 million in the American economy, without needing to create any jobs. This marks a dramatic departure from the EB5 program, which has long required applicants to invest between $800,000 and $1,050,000 and prove that their investment creates at least 10 full-time jobs for U.S. workers. Supporters of the Gold Card claim it will inject much-needed capital into the U.S. economy and make immigration simpler for high-net-worth individuals. Critics, however, are calling it citizenship for sale, warning that the program could favor the ultra-rich, overwhelm the system, and undermine fairness for working families. As of now, this proposal is not yet law, but it's making its way through Congress and could dramatically alter the landscape of investor immigration. Meanwhile, USCIS is also rolling out new, stricter vetting protocols for all green card applicants. One of the biggest updates? Social media screening? Yes, you heard that right. USCIS now requires applicants to disclose all of their social media handles, past and present, as part of the application process. Platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, even obscure ones, must all be included if they were active within the past 5 years. Why is this happening? The stated goal is to enhance national security and prevent fraud. But immigration lawyers warn that even innocent social media activity could raise red flags. If you said in your application that you live in New York, but your Instagram shows you spending most of your time in another country, that could be interpreted as a discrepancy. Or if you post politically controversial content, joke about illegal behavior, or engage with suspicious accounts, it could trigger a request for evidence, or even a denial. The bottom line? Clean up your social media presence now. Remove questionable content. Make sure the information on your profiles matches what you put in your application. USCIS is watching, and your digital footprint matters more than ever. Now here's a piece of good news, especially for people concerned about health requirements. As of January 22, 2025, the COVID-19 vaccine is no longer required for green card applicants. This follows an official update from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which removed COVID-19 from the list of required immunizations for immigration purposes. If you're applying now or scheduling your medical exam, you no longer need to show proof of COVID-19 vaccination. However, don't get too relaxed. Other vaccinations like MMR, hepatitis B, varicella, and tetanus are still mandatory. Make sure your vaccine records are complete and up to date to avoid any delays during your medical exam process. So, what does all this mean for you? If you're applying for a green card now, or planning to apply soon, you must act with precision. First, make sure you download the correct version of Form I-485. Double-check the edition date. It should say October 24, 2024. Second, submit your I-693 medical exam together with your application, and make sure it's in a sealed envelope from a USCIS-approved civil surgeon. Third, keep a close eye on the monthly visa bulletin to know when your priority date becomes current. Fourth, clean up your social media. What you post online is now part of your immigration record. Fifth, if you're in the EB-5 investor pipeline, stay informed about the Gold Card proposal. And finally, don't stress about the COVID-19 vaccine anymore. It's no longer part of the required list for green card medical exams. In 2025, U.S. immigration is not just about paperwork. It's about strategy, timing, and staying updated. President Trump's administration has already implemented several sweeping changes, and more are likely to follow. Don't assume your old information is still valid. Immigration rules change quickly, and being uninformed could cost you everything. If this video helped you, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you don't miss future updates. Share this video with your friends or family who are going through the immigration process. They may not know these urgent updates, and your share could save them from a painful denial. Have questions, or want us to cover a specific immigration topic in the next video? Drop your ideas in the comments below. We read every one. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next update.